Hey everybody, my name is Terry. I'm from UCLA, and one of the fun facts about myself is I really crave 70s, 80s music. People usually call me oldie for that matter. But today, let's talk about some unit conversions. So, what is a unit? Let's start by defining what a unit is, right? You might have heard of terms like inches, cups, pounds, but in this video, we're specifically going to focus on length in the Imperial System, which we use in the United States. Okay, you may have a question. What units do we have in the Imperial System? So for length, we would always have inch, feet, yards, and miles. Those are the most common ones. And for reference, there are 12 inches in each foot, 3 feet in a yard, and 1,760 yards in a mile. But another question comes up is, what do we use when we're measuring some objects, right? So, but the answer is that really depends on the object. If you're measuring a small cake, you really can't use yards, feet, or miles. You would have to use inches because each small cake is around 8 to 9 inches. And what about a football field? I'm sure a lot of you watch football here, but for the ones who don't know, we use yards to measure a football field because each football field is 100 yards. So far, we've learned what units are. They are a form of measurement. But what are unit conversions? It's actually just you're going from one unit to another. If you want to go from inches to feet or feet to miles, you would have to go through unit conversions. So let me take you through some word problems so we can see what it's all about. Looking at the first question, Sarah wants to wrap gifts for her family. 8 inches of ribbon are needed to wrap each gift. How many gifts can Sarah wrap with 12 yards of ribbon? Okay, let's start with the first question. We can highlight the units first, right? We see 8 inches of ribbon and 12 yards of ribbon. We see 2 different units. We see yard and we see inches. Since we need to figure out how many inches are in 12 yards, and then we can go and figure out how many gifts Sarah can wrap, we need to first know how the units convert, right? And previously we've learned that there are 3 feet in each yard, and there are 12 inches in each foot. And since we know that yard is larger than foot, foot is larger than inch, we convert from yard to foot first, right? And in this case, we have 12 yards of ribbon. And each yard is 3 feet. We do 12 multiplied by 3, and it will give us 36. And that is 36 feet of ribbon. After this, we need to convert foot to inches, right? And follow a similar concept. We have 36 feet of ribbon. And there are 12 inches in each foot. So 36 times 12, which is equal to, now you can pull out your calculator, but you can pause the video too, but the answer will be 432 inches of ribbon. Now, don't forget, we're not done yet. We have to go figure out how many gifts Sarah's wrapping, right? And in this case, we can do simple algebra by just dividing 432 by 8, which will give us the quantity of gifts Sarah can wrap. And again, you can pull out your calculator or you can try to do it in your head. It will be 54 gifts. Now that's a lot of gifts, right? Now that we've solved one together, let's try another one. So Tom swims 125 yards every day for 2 weeks. How many feet does Tom swim in 2 weeks? So like before, let's highlight the units. We have 125 yards and we're converting that to foot because it's asking how many feet does Tom swim in 2 weeks, right? And I can remind you that there are 3 feet in each yard. How do we proceed from there? You can pause the video and think about it. Now, if you answered 125 times 3, then you're correct. And the answer should be 375 feet. And this is how much Tom swims every day. Now, we're done? No, we're not, right? Because we missed some crucial information here, right? This 375 is how much Tom swims every day, but we need to know how much he swims every 2 weeks. And in this case, we know that each week is 7 days. So 2 weeks would be 14, right? And how do we proceed from there? If you answered 375 times 14, then you're correct again. You can pull out your calculator, or you can try to do it in your head, but the final answer will be 50 feet. And that is how much Tom would swim in 2 weeks. After going over 2 word problems, I hope you have a better understanding of what unit conversions are. Now we only have time to go over the imperial system for length, but all of the other conversions are the same process, and it would really benefit you if you get really good at converting units. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.